So, so if I read, and I don't know if it's true or not. I like to ask the person before I mention,
Okay.
know if it's true or not. Are you a homosexual?
I am a same gender loving man.
So it doesn't mean you're a homosexual.
It means that I'm a same gender loving
But
man.
just for I'm black and slow,
Okay.
and just for the record, does that mean you're a homosexual?
I could be considered a homosexual.
Are you considered? I don't want to think of you if you're
Yeah,
not.
I'm a homosexual.
You're a homosexual,
Yes.
and so you're a homosexual pastor.
I am a homosexual pastor. Yes.
How long have you been a homosexual pastor?
I've been a pastor for 8 years, senior pastor, and then before that, prior to that, I was a youth pastor.
Oh, okay. Why do you think that God would call a person, a homosexual, to be a pastor, but not change him?
So, I don't think that God majors where we minor. And so I think that what happens is I think that we put limitations on God that God doesn't have. For example, we could, if you go to seminary or something like that, you find out that there's a thought process that God could possibly be a woman, or that God could be this, or that God could be that God can be whatever it is that you need him to be.
You believe that he can be a woman?
I believe that God can be whatever it is that you need him to be.
So can he be a homosexual too if you needed him to be one?
Well, honestly, I don't think that the Bible says that God is neither male nor female.
Right. So how can he be a woman then if he's not a female?
Well, I'm saying that. So there's a book that's by who's the book by? There's a book that is written. It's called what's it called?
But that's all right about the title. What about the book?
But in the book, the principles of the book talk about God swaying himself to this, and it's called The Shack by W.M. Paul Young. And so if you read that book, then you find out that God basically finds himself congruent to whatever state of mind a person is in. And so at one state, God is a Jewish carpenter. At one state, God shows himself as a big black woman in the kitchen cooking.
Big black woman?
A black woman in the kitchen cooking. And
So you think God can be a big black woman?
I think that God can be whatever it is that you need God to
Really?
be at that moment.
Do you think that God can be a homosexual too?
I don't. If God needs to be a homosexual, I think that he was, but I don't liken him to that. I don't liken the word. I don't liken God to be, to be an isolated gender.
So you believe that God can be a woman, a big black woman,
God
a
can
homosexual?
God can be whatever you need God to be.
And so does that person make God what they want him to be in their mind so they can stop being wrong? Or does God switch genders and all that kind of stuff?
I don't think that that we create God to be whatever we want God to be in our minds. I think that it's based on experiences. The experiences of that person allows God to transform himself in whatever it is that that person needs to be. For an example, if you've ever gone to Africa, or if you've ever gone to a part of the world where there's no westernized religions, where people they don't have an isolated form of who Jesus is or what he looks like, opposed to what you were talking about earlier.
Right.
We don't know what he looks like, and so since that, God becomes whatever it is that person's experience.
Those countries that don't believe in God, they are S-hole countries, and they're all trying to come here now and bring their S-hole attitudes. Inwardly, do you feel like a male or you feel like a female?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
No, but what do you feel like?
I feel like a male.
Inside?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
I realize that, but inside, do you feel like a man or you feel like a woman?
I am a male sitting here in front of you, so that answers your question, right?
I know.
I don't feel like anything because I am a male.
You don't feel like neither male nor woman?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
I realize that, but what made you think you're a homosexual then? If there's not a
What makes
feeling on
me-
your side, why do you think you're
Homosexuality is not a feeling; it's a state of being. It's who the person innately is. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with creating a feeling that you're talking about. It's an innate. It's the innate nature of who that person is. I innately am who I am. Me being gay or homosexual has nothing to do for me with being a man. It has everything to do with my preference and who I choose to sleep with.
What does the word innately mean? What does that mean? I'm black and slow. I don't know what that means.
The word innate means that it is that I'm not changing or I'm not becoming something else. I am who I am.
Just before we started the show, you said that you introduced your, is it your husband or your wife? Is that your husband? He gonna be your husband or your wife?
I'm gonna end this interview.
Why?
Because we're ending this right now.
Why you want to end?
We're ending it.
Well,
Take
why?
this
Come
off.
back.
Take this off. When you want to have a real conversation,
I'm
call
having-
me.
I'm-
No, you're bullshitting me.
Come
And
back.
I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me.
But why are you running?
Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me. Please take it off of me.
Really,
Because
come
you're
take it off.
disrespecting me.
But no, I'm asking you really.
Please take it off.
Am
I'm
I
gonna
asking
take
him
it
real
with
serious
me.
question?
No, I'm saying, just let it take, they're recording you, they're trying to get a reaction. Well said.
It's okay.
No, be quiet.
No, that's not what
Okay,
you're
so
doing.
Just take it off.
yeah.
But tell me why
Is
you
it
running.
down?
I'm not running, sir, but when you want to have a real conversation,
Well, guess what?
you have my information. You
But
can
you
call
said
me.
that you were gonna.
When you want to have a real conversation,
You said
when
that
you
gonna
want to have
marry
a real
this-
conversation,
You said
you
you're gonna
can call
marry
me.
this guy.
When you want to have, he's a guy. You're calling him a female. You're being
I
disrespectful.
asked if you gonna call him husband or wife. Come back. Do you want to be interviewed? No. Amazing.
Like fishing, sabi to, may nahope tag YouTube dumuilag and dem strike a video, sabi to. What I go against a policy if demang, sabi to, mawabif bring it out. Sabi to, wabif bring it out. I wanna give all praises, all honors and glory to Abanawa Alahayan Nawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Raka Kodash Shalamat. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, a salutation to the hopeful elect. The brethren that are teaching this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. The house of David, the Bayat Shaldawata, the elect. And the brother Sayan from GMS Suriname back with another lesson to edify and to feed the sheep of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Isabida. Like for siya video, Isabida, mahalo ang 2.0 da, o mahalo ang 2.0 da pean, Isabida. And the buyer sa presi, amatak ay, if you want you like libisma ikang one pot gado like fa you think tak akande. Isabida, if you feel like gado na one big black woman, da mana want dati. If you fear tag gado na one stone, da gado na one stone. If you fear tag gado na iniwasan sa you one gado musde da gado na dati. Howon so, this howon. Maamanawang amda arkida manawang pastoro and amanawang gay pastoro. Sabi dog, this upalik stack the wickedness or si dri ay wickedness. Ondro ay Yahweh ba Yahweh Shai the people live to tapagron tapo or si dri ay wickedness. You know a pastor and is sabig patag Yahweh ba Yahweh Shai apwas trengarikal tikamang nangamang takmang nangamang musde. Sabi to amoro hiwan de apwas trengarikal mayunawa pastoro da yunawa homosexual. Kowonso. You see, mana upalik stack agron tapos sa libidya finish. It's done. Abif wan newer hirmach abif kung ana newer hirmach da pas ekong underlay den fu Yahweh Shai nga di Israelita din ng rebus konder nga di igi sa ote kagron tapo offer and ondro arahiren dati ondro Yahweh Shai isabi to ala de sandat ala wickedness Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai o treif puro. Sabi to, nou of de rommel, de kes san die san may probeer te pagron tapu nu de. Sabi to, want wickedness na nga wickedness e moro gebeur te pagron tapu. Nou of de san dis no de moro. Sabi to. En naman naman homosexual, en naman naman pastoro. Sabi to. Dus, men naman verstaan, dus shaking my effing head. Atagya in a book of Leviticus hoofdstuk 20 vers 13. If a man also lie with mankind. En de man op denk tak de weta dis no de in moro. De in ito wan de man apon sane itaki fatagya. Ya hau shay ko de na grace. And ala sansay wan ikan do ya hau shay tek ala sondo ne tapu. And dus if you want de wan gay pastoro, ikan de wan gay pastoro. If you want siribang amang, dus dat tak de weta dis ne ter moro. Sumategi asan that boy. Wanda yang hau say sri betak fantak di ama amano kon destroy de wette nanga de prophet ama kon chade in vervulling. Atagya if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination na cruel. Di arkisa na strafu. Amasas do na peta kensan lekwa homosexual and ala de homosexual tapagron tapudis na strafu of them if they are regering nu desa irula grond tapu. Isa fata onderlede fu de sukan am de wet mang if de mabe wuroko na nga de wet of Bible arkisa na straf of de mang. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Adede astrafu dis ano tak na maodak ay luko tuman nga tumande ay kis naman chago soroto no na dede isi o strong awet fu ya hawa bashim ya shaide ye na wa cruel ya du tak tumang din nga desrefi en a wet en a strafu fe na dede eta patuita presi amatak fantaki gado ano amang gado ano afro ikang isabido o mesot sana mantaki arki jaso o mes scripture desa ebo westag gado na amang isa fato mawote ka disi Exodus hoofdstuk 15 vers 3 arki sa ataki the Lord Milopa scripture this boy attack Exodus hoofdstuk 15 verse 3. The Lord is a man. The Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. Yere is his name. Yahweh is his name. Yere to ay sorry ja so tag nawa mang. Isino kak moto ko de bari ka fantak ay wasa free ko mi edere. Afas famo setting na. Wa me sile gado na strum paliere. This na whatever I want God to be, you can have him to be. Sa sana ngay noit one day ane wuroko. See? Lor so la video ja boy holufa puno oren tum sila nga de key points mi halan. Isabito kamata kwalo sa na video ma apun famang isabito na sorry apun mi ina video na sorry taki wickedness arise isa fata di na nga di daram meg yahaw ba ashmi o siya o destroying I wanna give all praise all honors and glory to Abanawa Alahaya na wa yahaw ba Hashem yahaw siya ba Hashem rakakotas Shalom.